Hey folks, today we're talking about my favorite recipes that I have made for you guys over the past several years. I made a lot of recipes on video and I just wanted to share the ones that I definitely loved. Generally, I stick to pretty simple meals throughout the week. You know, I'm tired from work. I don't want to have to come home and cook a whole lot. I love just to throw a slab of meat into the oven. Don't even really have to clean up if I broil in foil. And I have like a big vegetable side, whether that's a salad or if I saute or steam up some veggies really quick. I'm just a meat and vegetables kind of gal, I guess. But I wanted to give you guys a list of my top 5 favorite foods that I've made. Definitely ones to try out from the past few years. We're gonna count down to number 1, my favorite. So number 5 was BBQ Pulled Pork. Now BBQ Pulled Pork is one of my favorite foods in the entire world, except I think it just tastes way better when other people actually make it, like they smoke it, you know. I don't have a smoker, so I just make mine in a crock pot basically. So it doesn't come out as like other people would make it, but it is still one of my favorite foods. And it's a pretty easy meal. Still pretty good. And what I love about BBQ Pulled Pork is that you get such a full feeling because it is so fatty. It's a very fatty cut of meat. It's the pork shoulder or pork butt. Is that the same thing? Y'all let me know. But this meal is so good. I love to just put hot sauce on top of my barbecue pulled pork right now. I'm just gonna call it barbecue. We're from the South, okay? The Northerners gonna have to get with it. It's just called barbecue. If you wanna make your own low sugar barbecue sauce, what you can do is just take some regular yellow mustard and some vinegar and like some Splenda or stevia or whatever sweetener you allow. Just mix it up to the consistency that you want. And you have a pretty nice mustard-based barbecue sauce that is keto friendly. So definitely an option. It's one of those, put it in a crock pot, leave it for like 6 or 8 hours. And then you get dinner when you're home. Now, the one thing about this recipe is that you're gonna have a lot of fat waste, which you definitely don't wanna pour down the sink. So it's kind of messy. But also another thing why this didn't make a higher spot is that you gotta pull that pork apart and it's not the easiest job. It takes me a long time. And because the meat's so hot, sometimes like the ends of my fingertips are like almost burnt off, but it's worth it because it's a delicious meal and you should definitely try it out. Number 4 on my list is an Asian fusion inspired chicken-based meal. Now, why do I say it like that? I've made Asian fusion chicken lettuce wraps that were inspired by one of my favorite appetizers from one of my favorite restaurants. And that was so good. I mean, you throw in some ginger, some, you know, spices. I'll link the videos all down below, but they're super simple. You literally just stir fry up some chicken, some veggies, spices and things, and you're good to go. You can do the lettuce wrap or you can just, you know, stir fry up more veggies and have like a vegetable side. So that's why it's not like, I don't know, a real name for these. Asian fusion inspired chicken lettuce wraps and like a Japanese hibachi type style grill up that you got going on. It's good, it's gonna hit that spot. You can use lean proteins if you like, so you're not, you know, overeating on calories, but you can add that fat in through the oils that you're using to cook with. And you can make your vegetable side as big as you want, and it's all flavorful. That's what I love about this list, is all the food tastes really good, but it's keto friendly and you can eat it while losing weight. My 3rd favorite recipe that I've made for you guys are my turkey meatballs that were inspired in my Mediterranean video that I did. They were so good. The prep at the very beginning took a little bit of time, you know, making the meatballs, measuring all the ingredients out. But then once those meatballs were rolled up and I just stuck them in the fridge raw and then I cooked them when I was ready to, I broiled in foil. And then I topped them with this awesome low carb tomato sauce called Michael's of Brooklyn. Super simple meal. You can prep it on Sunday and eat it throughout the week, fresh, ready to go from the oven. It was such a good meal and I haven't made them since that video. I want to, it's just, you know, life's been crazy. But definitely something I would so make again because they were so good. And just because it was turkey, they didn't come out dry. They were flavorful. You know, we seasoned them. We added Parmesan to bind the meatballs together. Very good, and you should definitely try out my turkey meatballs. And the Michael's of Brooklyn sauce. It was very low carb. My 2nd favorite dish that I made was a cauliflower brunch risotto with an egg on the side. Oh my goodness, it was so good. And I think it was so good because I based it off of a cauliflower potatoes gratin that I had made the year prior for like Thanksgiving or something. Anyway, I wanted something that was delicious because I loved that gratin recipe, but I wanted it to not be as highly caloric. So we cut out the cheese and just made it more of an aromatic risotto with some spices. I believe we used nutmeg and white pepper, but it was still delicious. And it was such a nice brunch. It was such a treat because of coronavirus. You know, I wasn't working like a normal schedule and I was at home. So I was finding that intermittent fasting wasn't working. So I wanted a lunch that was just amazing. And that really hit the spot. It was such a great option. So if you want to try out that risotto, definitely give it a try. It was one of my favorite recipes that I've ever made. Okay, we're here to number 1. And like I said, y'all know me. I love my vegetable sides and my lean meats. So my number one pick for this video is what I'm gonna call cabbage spring pasta with a Montreal crusted chicken breast. Okay, now listen, this is actually really super simple. It sounds fancy, but it ain't. Basically, I really loved this cabbage pasta. I don't like shirataki noodles. Zoodles for me, zucchini noodles are always watery, but cabbage hits the spot. It's still got a bit of a bite depending on how much you cook it. I made those noodles by steaming them in the microwave, super simple, throwing them in a saute pan with like some butter. I believe I had butter in there, yeah. And we topped it with Parmesan cheese and I think some parsley. And it was so good. I can't wait to make them again now that I'm thinking about it. And then the chicken breast side, I love lean meat. You know, it gives me protein, which you need for hair and nails while you're losing weight. I love to crust it in Montreal chicken spice. It's the best spice for chicken. I talk about it all the time. And I love to broil and foil. It gives it a nice crust. So Montreal crusted chicken breast with a side of cabbage spring noodles, my favorite recipe that I made for these videos. And I know it's anticlimactic, but I'm a simple person when it comes to food. It's filling, it's delicious, and I don't feel guilty when I eat it. Y'all know I like to add fats in other ways. I love cheese, I love nuts, so I do get those fats in. Pork rinds too. So I do eat those, but for like my actual main meal, when I'm just like sitting down, having dinner, I prefer to keep it a little bit lean, a little simple, because you know, life is crazy, right? But yes, this is the last time I will see you guys before Christmas, so I hope that you have a wonderful Christmas and be on the lookout for my New Year's video talking about how to start the ketogenic diet if you are a beginner. It's gonna be revamped, full of useful tips and tricks if you're new to this diet. I lost 170 pounds following keto, and it changed my life. It's allowed me to buy a house. If it weren't for keto, I would have never had the motivation to work hard and, you know, save money and be where I am. So not only does keto affect weight loss, but it also affects, you know, who you are as a person. So many things go into motivation, that learning that you can lose weight finally for once in your life, it teaches you that you can do other things as well. Well folks, that's about it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video and my list of my top 5 favorite recipes that I've made for videos. If you did enjoy the video and you want to see my favorite dessert recipes that I've made for videos, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave me a comment down below to let me know that you want to see that. I hope that you guys have a great Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I will see you again for the new year. My name's Allie. Have a good one. Bye.